What about all those creativity that is going on that we can sell to the world and that can take our GDP? That same country is a place where you do not have power to power your house, to power your, we are in complete darkness. How do you explain a situation where COVID-19, all the other variants came, rather than we being prostrate
on the floor?
Something that Yorubas call ajesara, perhaps. The rigor is there. So why can't we now then deploy this? Then just imagine if you had a minister who will be like the people who are running Finland and Norway today at the helms of our education, or back in the day, the Awolowos, the Samalukos, the chiefs, Hawokoyas, that are manning our education today. In fact,
because
you will not even see our tail lights.
We have a problem with our education. We have a problem with our technology. But I want to talk about pensioners just before we round off this conversation this morning. We're taking a look at human rights, and we have guests in the studio to take that. But before I let Mr. Akinfatuke go, 44 years after the Civil War, the veterans of that war are lamenting badly the unpaid accrued pension. They have placards on the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. You see all of them there. They have placards like, our former coordinator died in the pursuit of this exercise. We are the war veterans. Majority of us are sick, suffering from for being paid. Some are dying of hunger. 44 years unpaid pension to Nigeria Civil War veterans. It's wickedness, they called it.
Do you know what is interesting about this?
Yes.
I was at the forefront of people who gave a thumbs up to President Muhammadu Buhari.
Yes.
Who came out and said, look, the war veterans, this is not the time to.
Is he not one of them?
And we should heal. Now, between that pronouncement and what allegedly, until I get the full picture, allegedly, people are saying they are not being paid.
No, I'll give you the background. Now, this is it.
Something is going
about
wrong
200
somewhere.
ex-military men fought on the side of the Nigerian government during the Nigeria-Biafran War. On Wednesday, staged a protest to register the Ranga over the non-payment of their pensions over the past 44 years. The aged men and women, armed with placards bearing various inscriptions to show their agony, called on the president to look into their case. The retired soldiers took off from the Nigeria Legion Secretariat in Ibadan. They marched through Yidi Gate, through the NTA area, singing as they moved through the streets. Operating under the umbrella of First Intake Able Voluntarily Retired or Discharged 10 or more years in service, the National Coordinator, Pat Babawande Phillips, who addressed journalists, said it was ungodly wicked to have paid former Biafra soldiers and abandoned those of them who actually fought on the side of Nigeria. Phillips said the ex-military men served directly under President Muhammadu Buhari when he was in the military, saying their former boss was unaware of their plight. They have been denied their pension for the past 44 years. They have done everything to make them pay them, but to no avail. They have been to court. They asked them to drop the case. They called them for biometrics, but to now say they will not pay us because we didn't spend 15 years in the army is wicked. There is a memo of 1977 by the military government that those who spend 10 years and above should be paid pensions. If they are not aware of this, they should search for the memo. The secretary of the association, Joseph Bukola, said many of the members apparently have died.
Now there is a confusion as the usual case that we have in Nigeria.
No documentation.
What I thought I had, yes, on the Biafran side, that was clear.
They've been paid.
But Biafra did not just start to fight on its own. They were fighting some opponents. My expectation is that the whole thing would have been holistic.
But then they say the payment is not not given to people who didn't spend up to 10 years in service.
This topsy-turvy, it was 10 years. At one time, it's now 15 years. Somebody is going to shift the goalposts into maybe 20 years because they do not have the will to want to do. And in any case,